Snooker, a game of calm precision until it's not. When tempers flare, referees clash, and chaos erupts, the quiet world of snooker becomes a stage for drama. From players losing their cool to rowdy fans stealing the spotlight, these unforgettable moments show the emotional intensity behind the game. Buckle up for the most jaw-dropping and controversial moments in snooker history. Number 8. Neil Robertson faces disruption from audience member. In a tense moment during one of his matches, Australian snooker champion Neil Robertson nearly missed an important shot when an audience member walked into his line of sight. The distraction was enough to unsettle the usually calm Robertson, who responded with a sharp and stern glare at the spectator. His clear frustration at the interruption highlighted just how much focus and concentration is required in professional snooker, and how easily an external disturbance can throw off even the most seasoned players. Robertson, known for his mental toughness and composure, later addressed the incident in interviews, noting how difficult it is to maintain focus under such conditions. He has since become an advocate for better crowd management at tournaments to ensure players can perform without unnecessary distractions. In fact, audience behavior and distractions have been a growing concern in snooker, as the increasing popularity of the sport has led to larger crowds and more unpredictable events. Number 7. Mark King and the push shot controversy. In another high-stakes match, Mark King found himself embroiled in controversy after a referee called a push shot during his game. King, visibly irate, vehemently disagreed with the decision, arguing that the shot was perfectly legal and should not have been penalized. His passionate defense of his play led to an intense exchange between the player and the official, further intensifying the drama on the table. This moment emphasized the sometimes fine line between the strict rules of the game and the emotional responses from players who are fully invested in every shot. The push shot rule, which is designed to prevent players from unintentionally double hitting the cue ball, is often a point of contention. King's reaction was not only a testament to his competitive nature, but also reflected the high pressure of the match, where every shot can be the difference between victory and defeat. While some fans sympathized with King, others felt the referee's decision was justified, sparking a wider debate about the consistency and interpretation of rules in snooker. Number 6. Ronnie O'Sullivan's frustration boils over. Ronnie O'Sullivan, one of snooker's greatest players, is known for his occasional outbursts, and one such moment occurred after he missed a crucial pink ball in a key match. In a rare display of frustration, O'Sullivan punched the table in anger, sending a clear message that the mistake was bothering him. His reaction was captured by cameras and quickly became a talking point among snooker fans and commentators. While O'Sullivan is usually composed, this moment showed that even the best players can experience moments of emotional vulnerability, particularly when a big match is on the line. Known for his quick temper and occasional verbal sparring with referees, O'Sullivan has been involved in numerous heated moments throughout his career. However, his ability to bounce back from such emotional outbursts and focus on his game is one of the reasons why he remains a dominant force in snooker. Despite his frustrations, O'Sullivan often uses these moments to fuel his performance, turning anger into motivation for future matches. He is, after all, one of the most successful players in the history of the sport, with multiple world championships and masters titles to his name. Number 5. Rory McIlroy and Mark King's unfriendly stare-down. During a fiercely contested match between Rory McIlroy and Mark King, tensions were high, and it wasn't just the game that kept the crowd on edge, it was the ongoing tension between the two players. The match became a battle of wills, with McIlroy and King exchanging sharp glances, sudden outbursts, and even challenging comments. The players' body language told a story of simmering hostility that went beyond the table. The relentless eye contact and subtle digs added an extra layer of drama to the match, turning it into a mental showdown as much as a physical one. These kinds of psychological battles are rare in snooker, where players are typically known for their calm demeanor, making this encounter particularly memorable for fans and commentators alike. Number 4. Disruptive audience member causes trouble in O'Sullivan vs. Selby match. In one of the most anticipated showdowns in snooker, Ronnie O'Sullivan faced off against Mark Selby in a high-stakes match that was marred by an unruly audience member. Mid-game, a spectator shouted loudly, breaking the concentration of both players, but it was Selby who was most visibly rattled. The disruption led to a tense atmosphere that neither player could ignore, with Selby struggling to regain his focus. The incident was a stark reminder of the impact that crowd behavior can have on the mental state of professional athletes. In snooker, where every shot requires laser focus, external distractions can have a profound effect on a player's performance. This moment highlighted how snooker, while a mentally demanding sport, is also subject to the unpredictability of the crowd, making the game as much about mental fortitude as it is about skill. Number 3. Rory McIlroy and Mark King's unfriendly stare-down. During a match between Rory McIlroy and Mark King, tensions were high, with both players engaging in an ongoing series of unfriendly gestures throughout the game. Whether it was a sharp look, a sudden outburst, or a challenging comment, the players seemed to be locked in an unspoken battle of wills. Their interactions provided a rare glimpse into the mental and psychological pressure that can sometimes boil over in snooker, adding an extra layer of drama to the match. While snooker is often seen as a cerebral and strategic sport, these moments of tension showcase the underlying emotional currents that influence player behavior. McIlroy, known for his calm and calculated approach to the game, and King, often seen as a fiery competitor, found themselves in a battle of mental fortitude as much as skill. The game ended with McIlroy securing the victory, but the intense atmosphere throughout the match led many to wonder whether the rivalry between the two players had taken a personal turn. Number 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan disagrees with referee's call. Ronnie O'Sullivan once again found himself at odds with a referee during a match against Sakid Mazur. The dispute centered around a controversial call involving a push shot, with O'Sullivan expressing disbelief over the referee's decision. The debate between player and official was heated, with O'Sullivan clearly frustrated by the call. His reaction demonstrated not only his passion for the game, but also the fine margins within snooker, where even a small technical detail can spark heated debates. O'Sullivan's confrontations with referees are not uncommon, as he is known for questioning decisions that he feels could impact the outcome of the game. His ability to challenge authority while maintaining his competitive edge is part of what makes him a unique and polarizing figure in the sport. Snooker's strict rules, such as the push shot and double hit rules, often lead to disagreements, and O'Sullivan has been involved in several similar disputes throughout his career, reflecting his desire for fairness and accuracy in the game. Number 1. Ryan Evans avoids Mark Allen's handshake. In one of the more unusual moments in snooker history, Ryan Evans chose to bypass Mark Allen's handshake before their match. The lack of sportsmanship immediately caught the attention of viewers, raising questions about the relationship between the two players. While handshakes are customary in snooker, this gesture, or lack thereof, indicated there was something more behind the scenes. Evans, one of the leading female players in snooker, has had a history of rivalries with male players, with some tensions arising from gender dynamics in a traditionally male-dominated sport. Despite the snub, Evans went on to play a strong match, but the incident sparked conversation about respect and sportsmanship in snooker. In interviews after the match, Evans explained that the decision was made in the heat of the moment and was not intended to be disrespectful, though it certainly added an element of drama to the encounter. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into snooker's most unforgettable moments, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories from the world of sports. Drop a comment below with your favorite snooker controversy and stay tuned for more action-packed content. See you in the next one.